12 items at Dollar Tree will permanently disappear from shelves before 2026 ends. And on home goods review groups, people are fiercely debating the real reason why. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. Scrub Buddies Quick Eraser Sponges. Compared to the giant Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, priced at $4 to $5 a box, these sponges at Dollar Tree are only $1.25 for a 2 or 3 pack, yet their cleaning performance is nearly on par. You can use them to tackle stubborn stains on painted walls, grime on kitchen countertops, or scrub clean the soles of white sneakers. They are even surprisingly effective at removing ballpoint pen marks from wooden tables. Thanks to their powerful mechanical cleaning ability, without the need for high-concentration cleaning chemicals, they are safe for your skin, even with frequent use. However, the texture of this sponge is quite unique. So if you scrub hard against rough surfaces or sharp corners, the sponge tends to crumble more easily than usual. Many families with young children often share that these are a lifesaver whenever white doors get covered in fingerprints. Just a few light swipes and they are as good as new. That is also the reason why, every time a shipment of budget cleaning supplies arrives at Dollar Tree, this pack of sponges is usually among the first to vanish from the shelves. If you often have guests over or family visiting, keeping 1 or 2 packs in your cleaning cabinet is never a waste, as this item can be used on many different surfaces, not just walls or doors. These sponges clean without harsh chemicals, but the next item is something that will make you have to be careful with your own hands. 2. Paring knives and cutting tools. Not every cheap item is worth trying, and paring knives at Dollar Tree are an example you should carefully consider. Someone once shared a story about their friend needing stitches because the plastic handle of one of these knives shattered right while they were trying to slice hard cheese. Just hearing about it is enough to send shivers down your spine. The stainless steel material here is quite thin, with low durability. And the molded plastic handle is not exactly sturdy, even at $1.25 per item. The problem is that the knife handle can crack unexpectedly when you apply strong pressure, such as when peeling a hard apple or cutting orange peels. And accidents like this usually happen at the exact moment you least expect it. If you still want to try a cheap knife for temporary use, you should hold it before buying rather than just looking at the packaging. Press lightly on the joint between the blade and the handle to see if it feels wobbly, and avoid using it for any tasks that require force, such as cutting through bone or peeling hard-skinned fruits. In terms of liability, the store does not provide insurance if the product breaks due to its inherent low quality. Therefore, if you need a knife for regular kitchen use, you should choose more reputable brands like Farberware or KitchenAid at major supermarkets, or wait for a sale to get a great deal while having peace of mind regarding durability. 3. Microfiber Kitchen Towel. The ability to absorb 7 times its weight in moisture is what makes these microfiber kitchen towels worth a try, and they are only $1.25 each at Dollar Tree. You can use them to dry dishes or wipe glass surfaces without leaving behind lint or water streaks, making them much more convenient than regular cloth towels. However, this type of towel is quite prone to collecting dust and hair, so if you do not wash it regularly, its initial absorbency will gradually decrease over time. At Target or Walmart, similar microfiber towel sets are usually sold in large packs for an average of $2 to $3 per towel, whereas buying them individually at Dollar Tree allows you to choose the exact color to match your kitchen while still maintaining the lowest price. The durability of the microfiber here is quite high. They do not shrink after many washes and dry quickly, which helps prevent musty odors. Many users who have tried them for cleaning glass say the surface becomes crystal clear without the need for any additional cleaning chemicals. Buying them individually here turns out to be more flexible than committing to a large set at the store. And this theme will repeat with the next item in the kitchen. 4. Angry Mama Microwave Cleaner. There is a kitchen gadget where you just need to add vinegar and water, then run the microwave for a few minutes, and long-standing grease stains will come off without needing much scrubbing. This is the Angry Mama Microwave Cleaner at Dollar Tree. Priced at just $1.25. The plastic lid on this item can sometimes be quite tight, so you need to be careful when opening it right after the microwave finishes running, as the steam is very hot and can easily cause burns if you aren't wearing gloves. Compared to microwave cleaning sprays like Easy Off, which cost $5 to $7, this gadget is nearly 5 times cheaper, and the steam cleaning result is quite convincing. A small tip when buying: you should gently squeeze the plastic body before paying to check for any cracks from packaging, as this item is made of thin plastic and can sometimes be defective right from the warehouse. When using it, fill with water and vinegar up to the lines printed on the body. Do not overfill, as the rising steam can cause the lid to pop off unexpectedly. Many users who tested it on stubborn, long-standing tomato sauce stains found that after just 5 minutes in the microwave, a light wipe was all it took to get it spotless. A much more relieving experience than traditional scrubbing methods. 5. All-purpose cleaner. There is a bottle in your cleaning cabinet that can replace a whole range of other cleaning products for just $1.25. The all-purpose cleaner at Dollar Tree. For long-standing baked-on grease in the kitchen, this bottle won't be as tough as specialized solutions from Lysol or Clorox, so don't expect it to handle every stubborn stain. This is the most economical choice for daily surface cleaning, and the scent isn't too harsh. It cleans regular stains on countertops, shelves, or windowsills quite quickly. Many people use this bottle for a quick clean every night before bed. Just spray it on and wipe it once, and the kitchen counter is sparkling clean, without needing to wait or mix anything complicated. For tougher stains, use it directly instead of diluting it. Spray it on heavily and let it sit for a few minutes to soak in before wiping it off, and you can clean most of the mess. At this price point, you can absolutely buy a few bottles to keep in every area of the house, from the kitchen to the bathroom, without worrying about the cost. 6. No-name canned meat/soup. There is an aisle at Dollar Tree that you should pause at before tossing items into your cart. The shelves of no-name canned meat and soup. Some shopping experience posts have compared the nutrition labels between a cheap canned meat and a tin of Spam, finding that the salt content in the cheaper option is significantly higher. Priced at about $1.25 a can, the additive content in this type is quite high, while the actual meat content is low, and the preservatives are stronger than usual. The issue isn't just the high sodium level, which can affect heart and kidney health if you consume it regularly, but also the risk of contamination if the metal packaging is dented or rusted during transport. The food safety inspection processes of the smaller companies producing this line are often not as transparent as those of major brands, so it is hard to know for sure what the actual origin of the ingredients is. If you need to buy canned food, you should choose well-known lines like Hormel or Campbell's. Places like Aldi still sell them at quite a good price while being much safer. A difference of a few dozen cents per can is not worth trading off the long-term health of your entire family. A cheap can of meat may contain double the salt of a familiar brand, and the next item in the kitchen is the complete opposite in terms of safety. 7. Aluminum foil. Sharpening scissors, lining baking sheets, or keeping food warm. A single roll of aluminum foil from Dollar Tree can do all three. The foil roll here is not very long, so if you frequently cook large roasts, you will find it runs out quite quickly compared to your actual needs. Priced at just $1.25 a roll, the thickness is relatively stable for basic kitchen needs. You can use it to wrap food for grilling, line baking sheets to avoid grease buildup, or cover food to keep it warm. Compared to Costco, where you can buy a giant roll that lasts all year, the small roll at Dollar Tree is a more economical choice for those who are hesitant to store bulky items in the kitchen, especially for small families that don't need to use a lot at once. Regarding the scissor sharpening trick I mentioned above, the method is quite simple. You just need to fold the aluminum foil multiple times and cut it a few times. The scissors will become significantly sharper without needing to take them anywhere else to be sharpened. When roasting fish or foods that stick easily to the tray, you just need to line it with a layer of aluminum foil. After roasting, crumple it up and throw it in the trash, and the tray remains almost completely clean without needing much scrubbing, saving you quite a bit of cleanup time after the meal. 8. Freezer bags. Many families have a habit of stopping by Dollar Tree after a Costco run to pick up a few boxes of these bags to portion out frozen goods. At just $1.25 a box, these bags are thicker than standard sandwich bags, and the zip closure is quite sturdy, helping to preserve food in the freezer without freezer burn or to portion food into smaller servings before freezing. Compared to Ziploc, the market leader, these offer performance quite close to name brands at half the price. Some have shared that every time they buy a large bulk of beef from Costco, they just divide it into bags portioned for one meal. Once frozen, they can take out exactly what they need to thaw, avoiding the need to thaw a large block and having to refreeze leftovers. However, you should avoid storing items with sharp bones or excessively jagged edges in these bags. Even though they are thick, they can still tear if handled roughly, especially when pushing out the air before zipping them shut. At this price, picking up a few boxes every few months to keep in your kitchen drawer is not a cost you need to worry about. 9. Generic vitamins and supplements. The FDA does not regulate dietary supplements as strictly as drugs. So, if you happen to run into issues with a product from a smaller brand, filing a complaint is nearly impossible. This is something you should know before picking up a $1.25 bottle of vitamins at Dollar Tree. The quality of this line does not undergo rigorous pharmaceutical testing, and the actual active ingredient content is often lower than what is stated on the label. Some market reports have pointed out that many cheap vitamins contain heavy metal impurities exceeding safe thresholds due to manufacturing and packaging processes abroad, though the levels vary depending on the specific product and batch. The biggest risk lies in potential drug interactions or failing to achieve the therapeutic efficacy you expect, especially if you are taking other prescription medications concurrently. If you need to take vitamins regularly, you should choose brands with the USP-verified mark at Costco or pharmacies, where testing is much more transparent. Not every cheap bottle of vitamins is safe to ingest. Luckily, the next item on the list is only for external use. 10. Natural bar soap. Don't rush to compare this soap to Dove or Aveeno, because the line at Dollar Tree leans more toward cleaning than deep moisturizing. At $1.25 a bar, there are quite a few scent options, like lavender, aloe, and oatmeal, suitable for hand washing at the bathroom sink daily, providing a deep clean while remaining budget-friendly. Some types in this line have a slightly high pH, so if your skin is already sensitive or prone to dryness, you should test it on a small area before using it regularly on your whole body. Many people keep a bar by the kitchen or bathroom sink to use for quick hand washing each day instead of sharing the main bath soap, which is both economical and saves you from worrying about the cost of frequent replacements. Some families even designate a specific scent for each area in the house: lavender for the bathroom for evening relaxation, and oatmeal by the kitchen sink because it is gentler on hands that are constantly exposed to water while cooking. This way of dividing usage by area helps a cheap bar of soap play many different roles in the house without having to buy separate, specialized products for each spot. 11. Travel size dry shampoo. The scent of this bottle might be a bit chemical for those who are sensitive, so you should test a small amount before applying it to your entire head of hair. At only about $1.25 a bottle at Dollar Tree, this is a lifesaver for days when your hair is greasy, but you are unexpectedly busy and don't have time to wash your hair before going out. The mini size is extremely convenient to toss in your purse, carry while traveling, or keep in your gym bag. However, it is easy to leave white streaks if you spray too close to the scalp, so spray from about a handspan away and then use your hands to massage it in or brush lightly to distribute the powder. Done correctly, the white streaks almost disappear completely. Compared to lines like Batiste, which cost $6 to $8, the type at Dollar Tree only does a good job temporarily and doesn't help hair stay voluminous as long as name brands. But for long trips or after working out, this is still a worthwhile insurance bottle. Some share that they always keep a bottle in their work bag on days when they wake up late and don't have time to wash their hair. A quick layer of spray makes the hair significantly less greasy, giving them enough confidence to go out without spending much time on morning preparations. 12. Plant saucer. The colors of these saucers can be a bit monotonous, mainly limited to black or terracotta, so you need to be clever with color coordination if you want the overall look to be harmonious. On the flip side, the price point is hard to beat, just $1.25 each at Dollar Tree, while large garden centers sell saucers of the same size for $3 to $5. This means you save more than half, sometimes even 2/3 of your budget, without any change in functionality. These saucers not only prevent water leakage from staining your porch or windowsill, but also act as a mini reservoir for plants to absorb water backup during long, hot weather. The plastic here is quite durable and doesn't crack easily under intense sun, like many other thin plastic types on the market. Some have shared that by placing these plastic saucers under their porch pots, they significantly reduce the risk of their wooden deck rotting from year-round moisture, a floor repair bill that would cost far more than a few ready-made plastic saucers. Besides using them for plants, you can also utilize these saucers as bases for small decorative items on an outdoor coffee table. A saucer costing less than $2 can save a wooden deck that would cost hundreds to repair. And the next item is just as cheap while protecting your own hands. 13. Rubber-coated garden gloves. After taking care of the porch floor, it's time to protect your hands whenever you go out into the garden. These rubber-coated gloves are not intended for heavy-duty digging or working with high-concentration chemicals, so you need to be aware of their limits before using them for heavy tasks. Priced at $1.25 a pair at Dollar Tree, the rubber coating on the outside helps protect your hands from thorns, sharp rocks, and dirt, while simultaneously increasing grip when you need to hold slippery garden tools. Compared to premium gloves at Lowe's costing $7 to $10, these gloves show no significant difference in protection for standard gardening tasks like weeding or pruning. The material is snug, flexible, and fairly easy to wash after each use without needing to soak or scrub hard. This is the kind of item you can use a few times and replace without feeling the pinch like you would with expensive gear, especially for light weekend gardening sessions. 14. Mounting tape. If you apply this tape to painted walls for a long time, you need to be careful when removing it to avoid peeling off the paint, especially on walls that haven't fully cured. Priced at $1.25 a roll at Dollar Tree, this is a lifesaver when you don't want to drill holes and damage your walls. It is convenient for hanging lightweight pictures, bulletin boards, or attaching hooks behind doors. Its adhesion on smooth surfaces is quite good, keeping light objects secure for a long time without worrying about them falling. Compared to specialized lines like 3M Command that cost 5 or 6 times more, this option is more than enough for small frames or light decor. Some have used this tape to secure power strips under their desks, helping keep wires tidy and much safer than letting them dangle on the floor. You should buy a few rolls at a time, rather than buying them individually whenever you need them, as it is a commonly used household item anyway. Keeping them in stock saves you from running to the store multiple times, and the total cost for a year's supply is negligible compared to buying a single roll of 3M Command. 15. Alkaline batteries. For small household devices like remote controls, wall clocks, or desk lamps, there is no need to use expensive batteries. And this is where the $1.25 packs of alkaline batteries at Dollar Tree really shine. However, the lifespan of these batteries cannot compare to premium Duracell or Energizer brands, so you should avoid using them for power-hungry devices like gaming consoles or cameras, which require much more stable and long-lasting power. This is a smart way to save if you think it through. Instead of using expensive batteries for a clock that consumes very little power each day, using these budget batteries helps you save a significant amount over time while your device still functions normally. Someone shared that one weekend evening, while the whole family was watching a movie, the TV remote suddenly ran out of power. Fortunately, they always kept a few spare packs in the kitchen drawer, so it took less than a minute to replace them, and they didn't have to stop the movie to rush out to the store. Speaking of rushing to the store, if you plan to stop by Dollar Tree for any item on this list, there are a few ways to avoid a wasted trip. Before you drive over, you can check the store's app or website, enter your local branch, and check the online inventory if that location supports this feature. Not every store updates their inventory in real time, so a more reliable method is to call the store directly and ask an employee if the item you need is in stock. You should also pay attention to which locations are in densely populated areas. These stores tend to run out of stock much faster than those in less busy areas. So if you are looking for a popular item, you might consider visiting a store a bit further away from the city center for a better chance of finding it in stock. Looking back at the list, the 12 items to buy today are all under $2, but they provide utility equivalent to dozens of dollars elsewhere, from sponges that replace Mr. Clean to glassware that is just as good as Pyrex. The true value lies in calculating carefully before you buy, rather than buying just because it is cheap.